Hello, this video I'm going to be making a set of trestles. I'm not going to do it in a conventional way of getting bits of wood and sticking them together and screwing them together. I'll be using the CNC machine and cutting them out of a sheet of 12mm ply. So I've done some little bit of pre-filming homework. So imagine this is a sheet of 8x4 ply. And these are my leaves for the trestles. I'd effectively, because it's 12mm, I'll be doubling up on each side. So 4 of these would make up a single trestle. So when you group things up like this on a sheet, it's called nesting. So when I cut them down into smaller sections, hopefully I'll be able to nest them into a smaller area and use less material in doing that. Also, I've got to make sure that the ends interlock with each other, and how I'm going to do that is make them almost like a jigsaw pieces, so they kind of lock in. Then the next sheet will be staggered, so the joint will be over here, and then when it's all glued, I'm hoping that it's going to be strong, but we need to test these tolerances because I don't want it too loose that it can fall apart or become wonky. I don't want it too tight that I'll have to end up sanding everything to make it fit because there's going to be a lot of them. So I'm going to do a test piece. I might do I might make a jigsaw puzzle piece and just try different tolerances on each piece and mark them and then see which one works best and then put that in the main drawing. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I just did the cut of the test piece, and it kind of goes together, as you can see. Let's see that one. It does. there. But as you can tell, it's quite tight, and also it's kind of pushing these bits out a bit because they're both the same size, so it's trying to occupy the same space. So what I've done is the inner one, I've made 0.2 of a mil wider, so it should slot together a lot nicer. It should make it easier with sanding and stuff like that. I don't need to sand it as much, but still be relatively tight. But we'll see. I'll give it a go, and then if it is too loose, then we'll go back and we'll do 0.1. And it's better doing it in little bits than ruining our big sheet with lots of them and realising it's rubbish. So that's what we're going to do. I've done another cut, so I've done our first 2 cuts, and then I did the Mark II, which was 0.2 mil bigger, and now I've done another one, which the sort of female part of it is 0.3 mil bigger. So across that whole diameter, it's probably 0.6 of a mil, and it fits nice. It's still snug, but it's but not super tight. So I'm happy with that. So that's what I'm going to use for the trestle. I've designed the trestle. It's a bit over designed, I suppose. Run out of internet. I'll show it to you in a minute. But I've built the design. I've realised that it's quite material intensive the way I've done it, just because of my future plan. So I'm probably going to make 2 trestles, which should be enough because they're going to be quite substantial, and I can reinforce the tops, make them wider, and we'll see how we get on. I can always make more because we've got the file, but I think that'd be a good starting point. So yeah, so that's where we're at. I've managed to do all the tool paths and the nesting, and with that, I've also realised that if I hadn't done them in parts, they would have each one would have taken up quite a lot of sheets. So the file's loaded up. I'm going to put the extracts on and start the cutting. Don't know how long it'll take, but you can check it out. I've cut the tabs, so it leaves like a little nipple, and I've put them through the little hand router just to take that little bit of wood off, and I haven't sanded them too much, so they're kind of as they are, because I can sand them at the end. So what I'm going to try and do, like a jigsaw puzzle now, is trying to put them together and then sort of glue them. So yeah, so I'm going to put glue in the edge. So what I need to do is split it into 2 pairs first. It's basically, yeah, totally a jigsaw puzzle. I've put it on top of this, the bit I cut out, because I thought it'd be, when I glue it, it doesn't put too much glue onto my on my table. Just keeps it off it. You see they go together quite well. No, not that one though. This one goes in here. So let's move this stuff out of the way. I might open it up like a book and then glue it and then try and close it up and then hopefully try and clamp it after that. So let's put that. Let's get some plenty of glue down. Close it up like that. Sometimes I see videos and people like put loads of glue on it. I never know how much glue to actually put on these things. Always worry that it might damage the wood. That's good. That's pretty good. And then get some clamps. What we'll do after this is I'll put this to one side and then we'll cut out the rest of them and get to this state, and then we'll have a look at how we're going to join them and making the extender bit and finding some rope for this. But you get the idea that it's going to be pretty strong once it's done, if not overly a bit heavy, but I'm going to have 2 now and they're going to be robust. And the other idea is to have them adjustable so I can bring them up to level with this, or ish, so when I can lay out a board across that whole height. So we'll see how that works out. Just had a thought in my mind. I didn't actually measure, I don't think I did, I might have done actually, the top of this to when this is open to the top when I've extended my bit, but we haven't made that extension bit, so I might revisit that and just make sure that the end height, once it's extended out, because they've got set levels, one of those levels will be to the height of this, otherwise that won't really work. But whatever, it's just an exercise. So this is what I'm interested in, this puzzle joining method, and for another project which I might explain tomorrow when we get into doing the other bits. But it is late now, so I'm going to call it a day, let this dry, and then tomorrow morning we'll cut the rest out and move on to the next phase. So yeah, have a good night and see you tomorrow.